everybody. Happy New Year. Happy belated New Year. It's been a few weeks since we last spoke. The last episode I did was just before the holidays. So we're back now. New year. Testing out a new mic. Hopefully it sounds better than previous podcasts. And thanks for listening. It's me, Edward Carbajal, mixed martial arts analyst for page2sports.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Carbazal, and this is the first Carbazal MMA podcast of 2016. Lots of stuff has happened since we last spoke. What's going on? So, before we get to the big stuff that's happening lately in this week, just to recap some things that happened since I haven't been around. Rizin had their first show, the New Year's Eve, equivalent to the Pride Grand Prix, and that was Fedor's return. That was supposed to be his big comeback. It wasn't that big, to be honest. He fought Jaideep Singh, who was 2-0 before he fought Fedor, and obviously he's now 2-1. I think we kind of all saw that coming. Presentation was good, reminiscent of Pride. If you're an old school MMA fan, you probably appreciated the theatrics and everything, that the way Japan likes to do MMA. I always liked it, so I liked the show. It was a good event. I didn't like seeing Sakuraba lose the way he lost. I wish he would stop fighting, but I think there was an announcement today or this week that he doesn't plan on at least going to fight one more time or something, but he really needs to stop. It seemed like even Shinya Aoki felt bad about beating him the way that he beat him. But anyway, and then King Mo did the U.S. proud and went and won the tournament, the Rizin Fighting Federation, their first tournament ever. And King Mo, under the representing Bellator in the USA, did good. He won the tournament. If Fedor fights again, King Mo offered himself up as an opponent, and I think that would be a good opponent for Fedor to face. So, who knows? It doesn't look like he's going to be fighting anytime soon. I think April, they were saying, is the next time he'll be fighting. But it was big news when he said he was coming back. But I don't know about fighting that guy. But anyway, I want to see what Rizin brings to the table. I do miss Pride. It was very reminiscent of Pride. It's run by the same people that ran Pride. So let's see what they do, people probably thought the same thing when Pride first came out. Competition is different. I actually wrote a review on it. If you go to my website, theblogboardjungle.com, I go into it in more detail. So they got a whole year to see what they can do for the sport, but as far as U.S. fans, it's going to be hard to win over U.S. fans, being that the UFC is the strongest promotion in the U.S. and they're doing a good job globally. Everyone's going to try to reach out globally this year, obviously, to catch up with them. Bellator's got events scheduled in Italy and I forget where else, and the UFC's already been in Europe and in Japan a couple of times, so we'll wait and see what happens, but it's going to be hard for them to try to work their way as a separate entity from Bellator, to work their way into the ranking with the top promotions, the top three promotions that we all like to follow, which is UFC, Bellator, and World Series of Fighting. World Series of Fighting coming up. Everyone's got shows going on this month, so we'll get to those pretty soon. I'm just trying to think of what else happened while we were away. Oh, yeah, McGregor beat Aldo, right? And I don't think we talked about that. I think the last time I spoke to you guys was just before that. So McGregor solidified his championship status by beating Aldo in 13 seconds. So, and now that brings us to this week with everything going on. It looks like he's going to fight with all his trash talking and calling people out. They're going to give him a shot at Rafael Dos Anjos, which means Frankie Edgar gets left hanging, which sucks because in that same weekend that McGregor won, Edgar blew through Chad Mendes, and here we go again. Now he's waiting for a title shot, and it's kind of messed up to have him wait like that. Just as messed up as they did with Miesha Tate and the whole Ronda Rousey Holly Holm thing. Granted, that wound up being the upset of the year, and now Holly Holm is the champion in the women's bantamweight division. But I don't know. I don't think lightning can strike twice. I mean, why are they going to feed McGregor and Aldo Dos Anjos to each other when I don't know, the fight I want to see, I can't speak for all the fans obviously, but the fight I want to see is Frankie Edgar and Conor McGregor, and to make him wait again. I mean, how much of a number one contender do you have to be to get a title shot in the UFC? I mean, I understand the business of selling fights and making money, but I mean, it's at a point now that if McGregor fights either Dos Anjos at 197 or Frankie Edgar, it's still going to be a good money fight for the UFC. So, I don't know. I think it's messed up. I mean, maybe it's because I'm from New Jersey and Frankie Edgar's a New Jersey fighter and I like to support the local guys and stuff like that, but I'm not happy with that at all. So, because of that, I want Rafael Dos Anjos to win. Because that if obviously if Dos Anjos beats McGregor, unless they're fighting at catchweight, I don't know the details. Either way, if they're just fighting for the sake of fighting, then that would mean their titles aren't up for grabs or on the table. But if McGregor's staying true to all his trash talk and moving up to Dos Anjos weight class to take his title, then obviously should Dos Anjos win, you know, he's obviously not trying to lose weight and be the lighter weight class champion. He would probably keep that. So it's kind of a win-win situation for McGregor. So who knows? Anyway, I think that's pretty much that. I mean, I'm trying to bring us up to date with this week's stuff, and like this weekend is Dillashaw versus Cruz. I don't even want to try and pick that fight because I like both guys. Dominic Cruz hasn't fought in a while. I mean, when he didn't fight in a while before he fought Mizugaki and he blew through him, I don't think he's going to blow through TJ Dillashaw though. Dillashaw he's been a pretty solid champion since he's gotten the belt, and that's going to be a rough fight all around for I see it going the distance, and somebody's going to win by decision. I don't know if anyone's getting finished. Hopefully Cruz's body holds up and nothing happens during the fight. I mean, I feel so bad for the guy. It's like he's got legs that betray him. He's always got to have his knees and stuff worked on, so that really sucks. But it's good to see them both back in the cage and getting the title shot he deserves. So definitely going to be a good fight. I just wish it wasn't on a Sunday, but I might actually miss that because where I'm going to be, the place I'm staying at might not have Fox Sports 1, and I'll be missing out. So what else? Obviously, one thing I did do, I think I did mention it in the last podcast, was I did break down and get Fight Pass. That's where I saw the Rose Namajunas and Paige Van Zandt war. And I think I talked about that in the last podcast. I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, it was an amazing fight, and Namajunas never looked better. It looked like she renewed herself and solidified her place in the rankings at the UFC. But anyway, I got it to watch that fight, but and now I'm really into all the stuff that's on Fight Pass. I've watched Judo Brazil, and this weekend is Invicta. Cyborg is coming back to defend her title at the 145 in Invicta FC. Obviously, because her plans for Rousey are off the table now because Rousey's no longer the champion. And I think she tweeted on Instagram she was like 160 on Monday or Tuesday. I think that today's Wednesday, so within the last 72 hours at least, she put up a picture showing her that she's 160 pounds. She's got to cut down to 145 for this Saturday. So I don't know what type of athlete she is, but if that's where she's going, I mean she's hasn't lost in a while. I think her only loss is her first fight, and ever since then she's been TKOing chicks left and right. So hope we'll see what she does on Saturday. But I'm looking forward to watching my first full Invicta card on Fight Pass this weekend, and I'll be live tweeting that if you don't have Fight Pass. So if you follow me on Twitter at Carbazel, what this podcast is named for, you'll get some kind of play-by-play for that fight this weekend. I mean, it's all women. The Invicta, if you don't know anything about, that's like the female MMA division, probably the best one, and the UFC does farm in a lot of women from that promotion to their to fight in their weight classes under their banner. So just a quick update on the I think the last thing I did mention too at the end of the year was the MMA ban in New York. I don't have an update as far as the legal session for the year changing anything, but already there's the politicians that don't like the sport and are against it. One woman in particular, Deborah Glick, she's like the 66th district assemblywoman person, whatever you want to call it. I wrote a reaction to something she wrote, so if you go on the blogboardjungle.com and read, she put something up, and there's a link to it there. She put up an article bashing MMA and comparing it to, making it sound like it still has no rules. She's trying to make the sport look bad. I don't know if she's just leftover runoff from the Sheldon Silver days and thinks she can get some kickback from the culinary union or whatnot, but she did some really bad homework, some really outdated homework that suited her needs, and tried to bash the sport of mixed martial arts and speaking against having the ban lifted in New York. I didn't appreciate that. As you guys know, that's one of my little passions, being that I'm on the East Coast. New York is only 40 minutes away from me. I can get to the Garden, one quick train ride or Uber or whatever, or what have you. Regardless, I mean, that's going to be a big deal this year. I think it's going to happen this year. But people like this Glick person, she doesn't want it to happen, so she wrote a really bad article and cited some sports journal, American Sports Journal Medicine, something. Go to blogboardjungle.com. I got all the links there. You can read it. So she cites it, but she doesn't give you any link to read up on it yourself. She just gives a date. I mean, I'm sure obviously if you Google it, you can find it, but you'll find more supporting studies that support against the claim she makes as far as the dangers of MMA versus whatever she was trying to do. I mean, how can she? It seemed like she just doesn't like sports at all. You know, maybe she's a golf player or something ridiculous or ridiculously boring like that. But anyway, I mean, she seemed anti-football, anti-boxing. Go to blogboardjungle.com, read up on it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But she really doesn't do her homework, so that kind of pissed me off. That's why I'm bringing it up here. So, anyway, working on new guests for the new year. Got some new music. Hopefully you guys like the new music that I put up at the beginning and the end of this. I'm just playing with stuff. This is a new mic. If you follow the Blogboard Jungle on Google Plus and you ever want to jump in and have a conversation or debate, we can do a hangout on air there. Just shoot an email. You can my contact information is on my website, blogboardjungle.com. It's Edward at blogboardjungle.com if you want to contact me. If you have any suggestions, ideas, or just stuff you want me to bring up on the podcast. But yeah, I think that catches us up. I'm really sorry for not being around, and I'm blowing through this because it's late on a Wednesday night. But there is some news coming up as far as where I'll be contributing my mixed martial arts analysis and stuff in the days to come, depending on, I'm waiting on some messages from people, so I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm trying to spread the love for the sport around. Oh yeah, and speaking of New York too, and Ronda Rousey, this is why I think that there's something's gonna happen, because on the 23rd, which is 10 days from today, Ronda Rousey's hosting Saturday Night Live, which is good for her. I think she deserves to have some fun after catching a knockout the way she got knocked out. We'll see if she can be funny. And it's probably a nice little break. She's got Saturday Night Live. She's doing the Roadhouse movie. I think Dana White said today that the shooting got pushed back. So because of all her scheduling conflicts, they're pushing back her rematch with Holly Holm. So thank God for that, because Miesha Tate finally gets her shot. And she's been sitting around way too long, itching for a fight. And they work together on there's a movie that Miesha Tate, Holly Holm, and Cyborg, they're all in it together. I think it's called Fight Valley. They promoted it on UFC Tonight. But so they're looking to have some friendly competition, and that should be a good fight. We'll get to see how Holly Holm handles somebody that's a little more multi-dimensional. No offense to Ronda Rousey, because she's obviously a great fighter, but when you try to best someone, and I think I might have said this in the last podcast, or when she lost, I mean, when you try to, don't box a boxer if you're not a boxer, and don't grapple a grappler if you're not a great grappler. I mean, it's mixed martial arts. You're supposed to impose your strongest art against that of your opponent, and I think Miesha Tate understands that better than most of the women in that division, as it seems Holly Holm does. So, I mean, that's how this sport came out, man. It was style versus style. You just got to adapt to keep your style strong, make your style work, adapt to the things that may threaten your style. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm really happy that Miesha Tate finally gets that shot, because you can't have people sitting at number one. Damn it. You can't have them sit at number one and expect to wait around for people to make money while their bodies are getting old and injuries can happen. It's not fair. It ain't fair. So please, Mr. White, let Frankie Edgar get his shot at Conor McGregor. I mean, I think he said it on the MMA Hour this week that they all know. Everybody's pretty well aware that that's probably the worst fight for Conor McGregor to have, because a guy like Frankie Edgar is just a nightmare for most people he fights. I mean, he's relentless. He's nonstop. I don't know if Ido Portal and all that dancing and break dancing and trash talking is going to affect a guy like Frankie Edgar. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's all I got. It's the first one of the year. I'm going to get some guests and stuff. I just have to test out this mic, and this is kind of like the breaking the seal for 2016. Just try to get the weekly flow back. So again, I'm sorry for the long absence, but hope you all had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a great New Year's Eve. Powerball is tonight. If I win, this podcast is gonna take off. So ain't nobody winning that. I mean, it like 10 people will win, and the money will get broken up. Damn sure ain't gonna be me, but you got to be in it to win it anyway. So I'm in it. I put my two bones down. 2016 MMA, lots of stuff going on. So and I'll keep you posted. Just follow me on Twitter. All the articles I write at Page 2 Sports and elsewhere will be popping up on there. So make sure you follow me, follow Bloodboard Jungle. And I think that's it. I'll catch you all next week. Again, sorry for the delay and the absence, and thanks a lot for listening. Let me know what you think. If you feel like it, take care.